So you all may know Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. But then meet Stephen Bantu Biko, the man behind the Black Consciousness Movement, a philosophy that challenged apartheid not just through protest but by attacking its most powerful weapon, the belief that black people were inferior. Stephen Bantu Biko was born on 18 December 1946 in King William's Town, Eastern Cape, South Africa. South Africa was governed by apartheid, a system that divided people into four racial groups: the whites, which was a small minority but politically and economically dominant; the black, which were the majority and the original owners of the land; the colored people, which were people of mixed races; and then the Indians, which were also known as the Asians. Although black South Africans were the majority and the rightful owners of the land, apartheid ensured that power, wealth, and land stayed with the white minority. Black South Africans were placed at the very bottom of society despite being the original inhabitants of the land. Biko's father, Nzimgai Biko, died when Steve was still young. His mother, Alice Biko, worked as a domestic worker and cook for white families. Her income barely sustained the household, and humiliation taught Biko what apartheid really meant. Biko attended Lovedale College until 1963 when his education was abruptly ended. His older brother, Kaya Biko, was suspected of involvement with POCO, linked to the Pan-Africanist Congress. Though Steve had no involvement, apartheid enforced collective punishment. He was expelled simply because of his brother's politics. That moment taught him a lifelong truth: under apartheid, black innocence did not matter. Biko continued his studies at St. Francis College, Marian Hill, where he thrived academically and intellectually. He completed his matric in 1965 and began questioning not only apartheid laws but how apartheid shaped black self-image. In 1966, Biko enrolled at the University of Natal Medical School. He saw black students sidelined, white liberals speaking for black suffering, leadership controlled by whites. As his activism intensified, police surveillance followed. His grades declined under pressure. He was eventually excluded from medical school because he couldn't keep up with school and politics at the same time. Biko later enrolled in law studies through UNISA, as this was a better fit with politics than medicine. Medicine treated the symptoms of oppression, law challenged the structure of oppression. Law gave him language to confront the state, tools to expose injustice, a deeper political weapon. For Biko, law strengthened the struggle far more than medicine ever could. In 1968, with close allies Bani Pitana, Srinimudli, Hari Nengwe Kulu, and Mamfela Ramphele, Biko founded the South African Student Organization, also known as SASO, giving rise to the Black Consciousness Movement. Black consciousness taught that liberation begins in the mind, black people must define themselves, the oppressed must lead their own struggle. He also had a famous quote to go with that: the most powerful weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Biko lived under constant danger. There were death threats, police harassment, gunshots fired near his home to intimidate him, and there was no stable income. To make matters worse, he was banned in 1973. Biko could not walk freely. His wife, Nsiki Biko, and his mother, Alice Biko, carried the burden, struggling financially, emotionally, and under constant surveillance. During his ban, Biko was restricted to King William's Town, forbidden from entering Durban or universities. He was banned from public speaking, publishing, or meeting groups. He could only meet one person at a time. The state tried to erase him. Instead, his ideas only spread further. On 18th August 1977, Biko was arrested at a roadblock while traveling with Peter Jones. He was taken to Port Elizabeth for interrogation by security police, and this was where the real damage happened. During interrogation, he suffered a serious head injury. He was left untreated, naked, and alone in a cell. He was later transported over 1,000 kilometers to Pretoria Central Prison. On 12 September 1977, he was found lying on the floor of his prison cell, weak and unattended to. Biko died that day, only aged 30. The government claimed he died from a hunger strike, which would go on to be proven wrong later on. The truth, however, did not emerge immediately. In 1978, an inquest confirmed brain injury, but no one was convicted. Years later, during the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in the late 1990s, the full truth surfaced. Security police, including one of the officers who arrested Biko in the roadblock, admitted responsibility for his death. Doctors who failed Biko were later exposed and condemned. Journalist Donald Hoots, Biko's close friend, played a major role in exposing the lie to the world. Stephen Bantu Biko never saw apartheid fall, but his ideas outlived prisons, bans, and violence. As he once said before, it's better to die for an idea that will live than to live for an idea that will die. That's exactly what he did. Today, Biko is remembered as the man who taught a nation that freedom begins in the mind and that dignity itself is resistance.